what I mean.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's kind of been a long time no see since I've been sitting down. I went traveling over the weekend, therefore I was not in like my normal residence. You guys would have gotten more videos, but I've just been busy, so I couldn't give you more videos. But I do have a plethora of things I want to talk about. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the makeup industry because I've been thinking. I'm bored. I am so bored. Now, the average person does not have as much makeup as I have. You want to know how I know the average person doesn't have enough most makeup as me? Because I see people rebuy foundations. I don't think I will ever finish a single foundation in my repertoire, not unless I devote myself to finishing the foundation. And then I think back on my older days before I started to really be able to have the money to collect makeup. I would finish foundations, go out and buy the same foundation over again. In recent years, in the recent years, the Milani Concealer Foundation, that foundation is the only foundation I have repurchased. And that, in years, the rest of my foundations, I have not repurchased. I've just always added. I've always added and something gets phased out. That's kind of the transition that my makeup goes on. So it's not like you using old products. No, it's the simple fact that once I get a product, and I use it like normal, then I move on to the next product, especially if the next product, in my opinion, works significantly better. And so I just move on to something better. But that culture has created what we're seeing now in makeup, and it's so stale and it's so boring. Right now, I am using a foundation that I have not used I think I bought it. I'm using a drugstore foundation, and that's important. I purposefully used a drugstore foundation because when I was working at CVS, I bought it and used it once. I remember I went out to a football game, used it, loved it, never touched it again. This is my second time ever using this foundation. Does it match me perfectly? No, it's actually it actually matches me just fine, to be honest. But yeah, and I never used it again. So there's this culture of constantly buying. If you are someone, and the thing is, I don't even know if I get fulfillment in collecting makeup. Some people can rationalize why they use so much makeup. They're like, well, I collect makeup. Everyone collects things. Fair enough. If you're just someone who collects things, that makes sense. But I don't think I'm one of those people. I don't genuinely believe I collect makeup as a hobby. I think I just don't want to miss it. I don't want to come into my beauty room, open my makeup collection, and not see something that I could use. That is what gets me. It's a fear of missing out, basically. But I don't want to come in my room and not see something. And I don't even have to want to use it. I just want to see it in my makeup collection. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and she was doing her monthly favorites, and she had the Carly Bible Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Something made me want to go buy it. I didn't buy it because I knew, I was like, this is actually what kind of escalated this video. But I wanted it. It wouldn't even show up on my skin, you guys. The colors is not for people who are dark like me. But I wanted it. I just wanted to be able to say, I have the Carly Bible Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. But the thing is, we're living in this culture of waste. There is so much waste. And the thing, it'd be one thing if the consumer was being wasteful, but I'm gonna say it, there's too much makeup. There is too much makeup coming out. There is too much makeup that no one is buying. Have you ever been on Trend Mood and you're just on Trend Mood minding your business and you see something you know is gonna flop? You know no one is gonna buy this. Now, I am not a makeup forecaster. I don't know what's being bought and what's not, because I would be privy to think some things we think are flops actually are doing well with like regular consumers. So MAC puts out a lot of products, but if someone knows nothing about makeup and they're looking to makeup, they're going to go to MAC. Like, MAC still has some brand recognition. So I think MAC is kind of a flop brand, but it could be doing just fine in its demographic. But my point is, y'all are putting out makeup products that no one wants. No one wants any of this makeup. The makeup community is so stale. It's so stale. We've gotten to the point where everyone is just putting out as many products as possible, so they dwindle out and then they put out more. It's like Beyonce, when Beyonce was talking about the music industry, and she's like, everyone puts out quick little singles, they fizzle out, and they put out some more quick little singles. Nothing has staying power. That is what the beauty industry is about. But the issue with what Beyonce is saying, Beyonce's problem is fruitless. It shows the wastefulness of people and how people, just get rid of things. But at least music isn't something tangible. It's not something you're keeping in your house. No one's buying CDs. So it's not something that's piling up. Makeup is something you hold. You hold Fenty Beauty in your hand. You hold the foundations in your hand. Therefore, that's just building so much waste. I go into Sephora and I see products I didn't even see on Trend Move that are in there. So imagine the products that come out that we don't see anything of. And it just creates so much waste. And then it creates this culture of consumerism. I am a consumer. I am an irresponsible consumer. I can say that. And this is what I did. This is how I knew I was an irresponsible consumer. So the VIB Rouge sale is going on right now, right? So VIB Rouge is going on, and if you don't know what VIB Rouge is, it's just this holiday sale that Sephora has. They have VIB and VIB Rouge. VIB Rouge is 20%, VIB gets 15%, and if you're just a beauty insider, I think you get 10% or something. No big deal. No big deal. So that has always been this big thing in like the makeup community. Like when VIB comes around, when the sale comes around, you get everything. You get everything that you want, you've been wanting, basically everything you've been wanting. Not what you've been needing, because if you needed it, it would have already been in your collection. Now, I would 100% understand if this sale was geared towards people who were doing holiday shopping. I would 100% understand if this is being done for people who just want to get things for the people they love for the holidays. But that has never been what this sale does. This sale has never been for people who want to get things for first of all, keeping something in the sale is at the beginning of November. I'm going to keep makeup that I'm going to give to somebody in my damn house for a month and a half. That's a little gross. I don't know. Maybe if it's a makeup palette, but I'm not keeping a foundation I'm going to give somebody in my house for a month and a half. That's a month and a half less. They can keep it to them. So it doesn't make any sense to do for that. So it's basically, it's marketed as a time where you get the things you couldn't afford in the year. But my thing is, if you couldn't afford it and you got through the whole year without it, don't get it. Don't leave it alone. This is how I knew I was a reckless consumer. I was on Sephora getting my cart ready. You guys, I had over 10 things in my cart. 10 things in my cart. Now, I'm someone who goes on websites and puts things in my carts just when the coin comes in, I can buy it. So, I already had like 5 things in my cart already. I'll tell you what they were. I wanted the Fresh Toner. I wanted the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Norvina Volume 2 palette. I had the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. and I had two other things. I had the Fenty Beauty matte primer in there. And I had one more thing, the Laura Mercier translucent powder, the original translucent powder. I had those 5 things in my cart. Just adding up all those 5 things, I was looking at about $300 to $250 just on their own. Just on their own, I was looking at that. So with the VIB sale, I was going to get it down to like $175. So I was like, cool, that's good. Already it was a mess. Already I didn't need any of those things. I don't need any of those things. I can do thousands of looks with the things I have in my Alex drawers of makeup. Thousands of looks I can do. I don't need any of those things. Any of those things. I'm not gifting them to nobody. I'm not giving them away to nobody. I'm getting those things for me. And that's a problem. But that wasn't even enough. I went back and put more things in my cart. I convinced myself that I need to get everything while it's still hard. So I put a Sephora Pro palette in my cart because I'm like, when are you going to be able to get something that's $80 for only, I think it's $55? Like, I was just being, and I was about to check out, y'all. I was about to check out. Well, it wasn't time for the sale. This was before the sale. But I was good. I was going to go when the sale started. I was going to go in and click purchase. Not even, I was checking over the list. Then, that's when it hit me. I said, girl, you are stupid. You are the clown. The clown is you. You are a clown if you think you did not just get finessed. You just got finessed by the makeup industry. You, for some reason, and there should be research done about this, we keep saying they need to stop putting out products. They need to stop putting out products. But the more they put out products, the more you're expected to have. When I see people's makeup collection and it looks a little bare, I'm just like, they coming out with all these products and you still using this? Like, it creates this culture of, because they're putting it out, I need to have it. Then there's also this idea of brand loyalty. You need to be loyal to the brands that you like. So it just comes with a lot of stuff that I don't think people are fully aware of. Just because something is on sale doesn't mean you need it. I need to learn that because Fenty Beauty had a 20% off sale, and I went over there and bought the handheld mirror, and I bought the glosses. I bought 2 glosses. Did I buy it? That's what I bought. I always wanted the handheld mirror, but I got a whole mirror right here, bigger than the handheld. But for some reason, I've been wanting that handheld mirror for so long, and I'm like, it's only $16 now, but I don't need it. I don't need any of I don't need another Fenty Gloss Bomb. I don't need it. But seeing that it was 20% off, I went and bought it. I have a problem. Kenya has a problem. Kenya's been dragged. But that's not even the biggest problem. It would be one thing if we were getting a return on investment, if makeup products were just that freaking good that they deserve us spending our last on it. But it ain't the truth. It's not the truth, because here's the real gag. The makeup industry is tired. Go over to Trend Mood and see all the tired releases. Now, I understand everything. Ain't no more new eyeshadows coming out. We have made all the eyeshadows we can make. The quality has been made. The only thing, and this is what I wish more people would focus on, I would say the makeup industry is tired, but there's still so much more you can do. How about we start, instead of putting out the same eyeshadow palettes at the same price points that most people can't afford, why not start working on your company to create quality eyeshadows for a certain price point? Why not make that your gig? So if you know it's costing us $45 to make a profit on this palette, why not in your if you love makeup so much like y'all claim, try to make the same quality $45 palette, but at a price point to which you could sell it for $20. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun to actually try to be innovative in makeup? That is what's missing in makeup. Being innovative. I want to see a palette come out where it's like, yo, this palette is $20, but it has the pigmentation of an $100. That's what I want to see. I want to see innovation in makeup. And when you go over and look at what's been released, nothing's innovative. It's just very quick. It's so quick. It's so quick. Like, we know this, and then no one's trying to sell outside of their demographic. Do y'all get what have y'all noticed that? No one's trying to reach a bigger audience. Everyone has done the numbers, and they know this is who buys our palette, and we're gonna put out this palette, and this is who's gonna buy our palette. No one is trying to pull in new customers because no one cares enough. No one cares enough to be like, we have this set group of people. We love them to death, but let's bring in these people. Let's bring in. No one's trying to do that. Everyone is just so comfortable staying comfortable. And it's just like, when did makeup stop being fun to you guys? When did makeup stop being, let's do something here. Let's go into the lab and do something here. To me, I am someone, I love a good luxury product, but I am someone who finds the drugstore more interesting. I find when I was working at CVS and I would see the new things that would go in the drugstore, it's 10 times more interesting. It's 10 times more interesting to me to pay $5 for something and see if it works than go pay $45 for something that I can get 20 times over. I think the drugstore has way more creativity, because in the drugstore, you see people trying to make a foundation that's $15 look like a $60 foundation. You see it. You see people in the lab trying. Because at the drugstore, there's so many options. Almost like when you go to the drugstore, you could be going there to buy makeup, but you could be going there to buy anything. So they know they got to keep stepping their game up. And I don't believe the department store and Sephora and Ulta brands, the ones that aren't like drugstore brands, those are trying. I don't believe they are trying, because if they were trying, we wouldn't see what we see coming out. And then y'all keep coming out with more. When they flop, when they stop selling, no one wants to actually do marketing. Everyone thinks that they send their palette to a few influencers, they talk about it, they get those people, a few people to buy it, and it's done. No one wants to actually market something. Actually market your things. Market them. But y'all are so quick to be like, okay, we got the sales from that. Let's come out with something new. And it just makes it seem like you aren't even as invested in your products as you claim. It makes it seem like you want us to care more about your product than we do. When we buy your palettes and you all of a sudden got 3 more palettes coming out within the same month, what does that tell us? That tells us we can wait. We can wait. We don't need this. If I buy your palette and then 2 weeks later you're telling me you got a new one and you're not even messing with the new one, you're not even talking about the palette you just put out, that's old news. What does that tell me? That tells me to divest in your brand. That is what that tells me, that your brand is not about quality products. You move on to the next. You're just trying to have your name in people's mouths. And I am sorry. I can't do it. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of making other people. I know we making y'all rich, but don't make me feel like I'm making y'all rich. You get what I'm saying? So no. The makeup industry is so boring. We've seen it all. We've seen it all. It's been done all. It's all been done. I'm done with it. I am done with it. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you want more exclusive content, head on to As Told by Patreon / As Told by Kenya. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.